Hello, Amazon. You're watching Stephen live from wonderful Wiltshire, England. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello. And if you're watching on LinkedIn, that would be a minor miracle at the moment because I didn't set up my credentials beforehand. Okay, it is Friday. It's 10 past 10 or 10 past 3, depending on where you are, and it's time to broadcast live on Amazon. I enjoy broadcasting live on Amazon. I've actually got something I want to talk about. Well, I normally have something I want to talk about. Thank you for watching on Amazon. I want to tell you that my favorite headphones, which are the Aeropex by Aftershocks, are on discount today. There is a 12% saving on these headphones, and I do recommend them. I've had them for 3 years and they're proud. First thing is they are lightweight. They only weigh 28 grams. So the thing is, you actually forget you're wearing them, okay? And they don't disappear unless I go like that. So let's come back down here. Right, okay, so I'm not live on LinkedIn. Oh, wait a minute. Am I live? Let's just see. I don't know whether I'm live. If you can hear me on Amazon, can you just say hello? That would save me a lot of hassle. Uh, because I've just been told that I'm not live. I know it's quite possible you are watching, so you must know. If you could help me, please do. Um, right, my studio is not broadcasting. Okay, I'm going to end the stream.
You have to see this jaw-dropping cliffside walkway in the Peak District. We start right in the centre of New Mills, but within minutes it feels like we've slipped into somewhere totally different. The route drops into Torres Riverside Park, packed with ruins and viaducts, before reaching the star of the show, the Millennium Walkway, casually hanging off a high Victorian railway wall. It was one of those where as you were walking you could feel it move beneath you.
Right, we're now live. This is take 2. And the thing about take 1 is I'm live. I can start now. Hello, everybody. I want to say hello to everybody on Amazon. I was there a moment ago, but I'm back now, and hopefully everything is working. On YouTube, if you're watching live on YouTube, thank you. If you're watching live on LinkedIn, thank you. This is a broadcast that's going to 3 destinations. I'm broadcasting from Be Live, which is the greatest platform when it comes to broadcasting to Amazon. Be Live has been reliable and consistent. If I do my bit right, then it works. And I didn't 10 minutes ago. So it argued with me and it won. So I restarted my machine. I'm back again and we're good to go. Okay, good afternoon. I hope you're well. You're watching. So welcome to the show. This is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen. And it's been that way for over 3 years now. And you are watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. Now, for those of you in the know, I am using a green screen, and this is what my studio looks like normally. Okay, and I prefer, because that gets a bit boring after a while, I prefer to use a green screen, and then I can show you some beautiful pictures I took. This is Bath in England. Bath is in Somerset. It's the next county over because Angelica and I live in wonderful Wiltshire. And it is just a brilliant place to visit. And of course, it has literary connections. Okay, thank you for watching. And if you're watching replay, thank you. This is my broadcast to Amazon. I am selling, and I'm going to highlight in the carousel Barnaby's Perfect Broth, which is available on Kindle. Now, the thing about Barnaby's Perfect Broth, and if you're watching on LinkedIn and YouTube, I will post a link later. Barnaby's Perfect Broth is a book by myself and my partner Angelica, and this here is Barnaby. And Barnaby's Perfect Broth is a tale of slowness in a fast world. Barnaby the turtle, who has been created by myself and Angelica, is actually a traveller and a teacher. And in Barnaby's Perfect Broth, he's teaching German. And if you want to learn German, if you're a beginner or an intermediate or advanced, this book is for all levels of learning. And you can start off, if I go and come back to me, you can start off as a beginner and you've got, well, fairly simple, straightforward sentences in German, which you read, and then you've got translation into English. Then, if you're intermediate, you have more complex sentences, which you can read, and then you've got the translation as well. So you're actually learning German, but you're using it with the most beautiful graphics, which I've got to say, and I admit it now, are drawn by AI, because I can't use a pencil to draw, unfortunately. Apart from Stickman, that's probably about my limit. But working with Notebook LM and Gemini, both from Google, we've been able, working together, to create this German learning book, which, as I say, is Barnaby's Perfect Broth, Tale of Slowness in a Fast World. It's down in the carousel at the moment. It's on Kindle. There is a PDF version as well. And if you go, well, I want to tell you about the journey. So we created this book, and we used AI to create it. We came up with the idea of Barnaby, and Google Gemini created Barnaby. And we gave some guidelines, and once we were happy with Barnaby, we had an anthropomorphic character we could use in storytelling. And it works very well because he is older, he is wiser, he is patient, he is inquisitive. Yeah. So it was exactly the character we were looking for. And then we went over to Notebook LM and we said what we wanted to do. And Angelica created the German sentences and the translations. And then we started to put the ebook together. Now, the ebook took about 3 weeks to create. And you can see it if you go over to click the link in the carousel and go over to Barnaby's Perfect Broth, you'll find out more information about it. And okay, and there it is. Oh, that's something else. Just a minute. I'm giving the game away now. Bear with me a minute. I'll be back. Okay, that's everything that's coming. Okay, because the beautiful thing about be.live is I have a studio. I can show images, I can show text, I can play video. It's just the best thing there is. And in terms of broadcasting live to Amazon, it has no equal. I know this because I broadcast to Amazon quite regularly. Now, I've been here on and off for the last 3 years and been selling and been telling my stories and thoroughly enjoyed it. It is a great place to broadcast to. You'll find on Amazon.com, which is, I just want to remind you, the world's third largest website. You'll find a lot of independent broadcasters who are here because they know their stuff. Simple as that. And if you're talking about video, they can talk about video. If they know about fashion, they can talk about fashion. But generally speaking, what you actually find is you're tapping into expertise. We're all independent. We're not paid by Amazon, and we live off commission. Okay. Now, the way that works, simple and straightforward to tell you, is if you click a link in a carousel, you get a cookie. That cookie lasts for 24 hours. And if you buy anything which is there in the carousel, then we get a commission. Your price is the same, though. That's the way that it works. Okay. So we are affiliate marketers. When I was first approached about this, I thought, well, how can I sell? And I did. It's a learned skill. Being on live video is a learned skill. Marketing is a learned skill. So you can do anything. If I can do it, then you can do it. I want to say thank you for actually watching. But if you want to come my side of the camera, just let me know. And if you're watching on LinkedIn or YouTube, that offer is open. And all you need to do is to send me a message on LinkedIn or on YouTube. And I'm here to help. Now, We've been working quite a lot. Let me just take that off for a minute. We've been working quite a lot with AI, and something magical happened. Just let me hide. What can I hide that? Barnaby's Perfect Broth, you know about as well. And what we're going to do is I'm just trying to rearrange things. Not that way. Okay, that's good. Okay, so what we've done in March, King Charles III, who was recently with President Trump, opened in England the England Coast Path. Now, the England Coast Path goes around the 2,700 miles of the English coast, and you can just walk around it. It's free. You can just drive to the coast or run to the coast or catch a bus or a train, get to the coast, and you can walk on the path. Now, if you wished, you could walk around 2,700 miles, and that would take you between 9 and 12 months. So if you've 9 to 12 months to spare and you want to see the best of the English seaside and countryside and visit major attractions, then the offer is there. It's free to use, no entry fee. You're actually out in the open air. Now, it's been graded. There are parts of it. If I just go, I'll put this on screen and then I shall move off. Just a minute. Okay, it is the King Charles III England Coast Path, and it runs all around England. I'm just going to hide that, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so now we've got the England Coast Path and me, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you on a journey around the coast. Okay, so the image which is there is going to show you a story. The story was put together by myself, Angelica, Notebook LM, and Google Gemini, and it's a story of the English Coast Path. It's what you can expect to see as you go around the path. It can help you find a place to go for a walk. You can go for a walk and you can visit all the local attractions as well. So I'm going to switch the sound off there and I'm going to press play. So what you're going to see over there is England Coast Path. Now don't worry about the bits you can't read, but there it is. There's Barnaby the Turtle, and Barnaby the Turtle is your guide around the English coast. And it's Barnaby of Barnaby's Perfect Broth. That's me, and that's my partner Angelica. We are park runners, and if you ever get the chance to park run, there are more and more park run courses in the States, and they are free, and it is managed, and it is free. And park run started in the UK 2005 by Paul Sinton Hewitt, and 13 people got together at the first park run, and they ran for 5 kilometres, 3.1 miles. So it was just a bushy park in London. And then they opened another park run on Wimbledon Common. Now Paul couldn't be in two places at once, so he recruited one of his friends to look after the second park run. The second park run basically replicated everything the first one did. So from that they actually got a pattern as to how to run park runs. And that was in 2005. Now, every week, 500,000 people around the world park run. Get together at 10 to 9, listen to the briefing, and then go off to run 5 kilometres. But you don't have to run, you can walk. Yeah? It's not a race, you're not racing against anybody. I'm just trying to get that straight. Can I get that straight? Yeah, I think so. You're not racing against anybody. That's the thing. Apart from yourself. If you register, you get a barcode which identifies you, and you can use that barcode, because what happens is you've got a 5 kilometre circuit which is off-road. There are no roads, it's all in the countryside. There are 730 locations in England. There are courses in 28 countries around the world, 2 of which are England, well, 2 of which are the UK and the USA. There are also park runs in Holland, Germany, and in Australia. I'm going for an idea to park run in Australia, which was absolutely brilliant because we've had our workouts. So park run 9 o'clock on Saturday. If you want to stay fit, if you want to get fit, you can walk it, you can jog it, you can Jeff it. You run for 15 seconds and then you walk for 30 seconds. You run 15 seconds, walk for 30 seconds. And what you're actually doing is you actually find yourself actually running 1/3 of the time, which means you go faster. But the thing is, if you're lucky, you can run for 15 seconds. We can all put some power, stamina into running for 15 seconds. Then you take 30 seconds to relax, and then you repeat 15, 30, 15, 30, and you find that you get around the course rather quickly. Okay, so on there basically is Barnaby, and Barnaby is telling the story of the England coast path, in case you've forgotten, and all the graphics have been created by Notebook LM. We had help from pdf.net, we had help from canva.com, but essentially this is a Google product, and it is, well, it's just beautiful graphics. Now, in order for this to become available for free, because the coast path is free, the video is free and the PDF is free, and when we get back from Germany towards the end of May, we'll be releasing 6 PDFs, which are the 6 phases, and Barnaby's now got his own website. I can say that because I finished doing it, and you'll be able to watch these videos, the one that you're watching there, and you'll also be able to download your own copy of the PDF, so that when you are in England, you know which part of the English coast to go to, because Barnaby is going to show you. Okay, stop that a second. So what we've done is the full English coast is mapped, and we start top right hand corner, the blue section, and then we come down the east coast towards Lincolnshire, around Lincolnshire, and then around on the south coast of England, down into Cornwall. We bypass Wales, and then we go to the northwest and the far north, and northwest is where I came from. And you're accompanied by Barnaby, and he tells you the whole story of, just going to hide that, just give me a second. Hide it from the stream. And so I'm going to, we'll leave the map on so you know. So we're going around the map, and let's carry on. Okay, so Park Run is a brilliant thing to get involved in. It is available near you, possibly. Just type in Park Run and you're away. If I go up here just a minute, I've lost something. Nothing new in that, of course. Okay, and we are talking about Barnaby the Turtle. Okay, I'm going to put the text on screen. Barnaby the Turtle is the whole point of this. Barnaby's book, Perfect Broth, is down in the carousel. Okay, and I've been fascinated by how we can actually do this. And the problem I had to overcome was that AI can hallucinate. We have to take everything that we use AI for with a pinch of salt. And that gives it our biggest problem, because every time we ask a question of AI, it's a different part of the system that answers. So that's why Notebook LM scores. Notebook LM is a way of building your own database of knowledge. It doesn't look outside. So if you tell it something, it will remember it. And if I describe Barnaby, it will remember Barnaby. But when I first decided to do this is a true story. Just let me stop for a minute. When I first decided to do this, when I decided to create Barnaby and to create this, I had a problem. And the problem was very simple. I divided the English coast into 50-mile segments, and I set Notebook LM the task of mapping those segments and creating the graphics that you're seeing there. The problem was that in the first version I got, which was only 10 pages, 10 images, Barnaby started off as the perfect total that you see there. And then in frame 4, he became a fox. And then by frame 10, he'd become human. So the problem I had was, how do you stop AI from hallucinating? And I thought, because I showed it to Angela and she said, yeah, that's a bit of fun, isn't it? Yeah, a bit of fun. And I thought, this is serious, we can do this. Who do I ask? Because I got these slides, and started off with a turtle, then a fox, and then a man. So I said, I downloaded the PDF, and I went over to Gemini, and I uploaded the PDF, and I said to Gemini, what do you think of this PDF created by Notebook LM? And Gemini, totally amazing product, came back and said, graphically it's beautiful, but there is a problem. You started off with a turtle, then you got the fox, and then you got the man. I said, yes, I know. How can I stop that? So basically, the way to stop it is you have to give, just let me stop that for a moment, come to me, let's just stop and put myself full screen. What you have to do, and I'm going to go there, what you have to do is to give your main character, in other words, Barnaby the turtle, you have to give the main character some attributes which are consistent. Because then, if you say, draw Barnaby the turtle, and draw him with a satchel, wearing a flat cap, and wearing a tweed jacket, those 3 items are tied to that drawing of Barnaby. The AI then in Notebook LM knows what you're talking about. We're talking about an elderly turtle who's wearing a flat hat, wearing a tweed jacket, and carrying a satchel. And that's how this all came about, because what Google Gemini told me is true. And that's why in most of the photos you'll find that Barnaby is wearing his hat and his jacket and carrying his satchel. Yeah, but not in all of them, because AI learns, and once AI knows who Barnaby is, it remembers. But at the beginning, it doesn't want to know. It's like an unruly child who doesn't want to learn. If you persist, you can actually train AI to create the graphics that we're actually seeing now. Okay, I'm glad I put them full screen. You can actually see them. They do tell the story, yeah, and they are taking you around the English coast with Barnaby the turtle. Information about the course, they're giving you maps, they're giving you places to visit. And if I just stop for a second, okay, there are 6 phases, and underneath the C on the right hand side you can see a legend which is P3. I need to put my glasses on. No, I don't. P3 S14Z07 or Z07, depending on whether you're watching in England or you're watching in the States. Okay. I do try to say, every time I say router, my partner says, no, it's a router. Right, okay, so language differences apart. Basically, I decide on a numbering system. And I learned about numbering systems when I was working on a software project in Malta, at the Malta dry docks. And that's where numbering systems sort of stuck in my head, and thought, great idea. So we've got 6 phases which go around the country. We've got the northeast, we've got the southeast, you're with me. So phases numbered 1 through 6. So this is phase 3. Each phase can have up to 14 slides in it. Sorry. Each phase has got segments, 50-mile sections. Phase 14 is the 14th segment of walking around the UK. So at the moment, we're about 700 miles in because each segment is 50 miles. Then I needed to identify the individual images. So this image is Z or Z07. This is the 7th image on the 14th segment of phase 3. 7th image. Let's just go with that for a moment. I'll just fast forward. Okay, and this is image 8 of segment 14, phase 3. So every image has its own number and it can be identified. So if you have a question about any of the images within the PDFs, which will be released in 2 weeks' time, then all you need to do is quote me that number and I'll know which image you're talking about. I'll know which phase it's on. I'll know which segment it's on. I will know which image it is. Okay, now I suppose now will be a good time. We are 24 minutes in, so I'm going to be back next week. I will play the video again. So if you want to hear more, come back same time, 10:10 next Friday. And I'm going to put myself on solo. Okay, right. So the whole reason for showing you that was that Barnaby's book is on Kindle. It's in the carousel at the moment, and it's a featured item. The featured item now, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching on LinkedIn. Thank you for watching on Amazon. The featured item now is Aftershocks. These are the Aeropex by Aftershocks. These are my favorite headphones, wireless headphones. I've had them now for 3 years. Now, the thing is that I live in the UK and it rains. These headphones are waterproof. They are coated. Not only are they waterproof, they are sweatproof. Yeah. And they have a unique charger, which is also sweatproof. So you can't short circuit them at all, ever. They go over your ears. Okay. Now, if you look, yeah, they're not going inside my ear, which means that I can still hear. Well, I could talk to somebody next to me. I can hear the traffic behind me. I can hear all the noises going on around me, but I'm concentrating on music. Okay. And obviously for music and podcasts, it is paired. Well, I do pair easily with your mobile phone, which I can get those in shot. And they only weigh 28 grams. Yeah, so they are lightweight headphones. They are by Aftershocks, internationally renowned brand. And the reason I'm telling you about this today is they're on 12% discount. So now is the time to actually get some because you can save a little bit of money. 28 grams. The controls on there, you can make a phone call. You can actually say the number. You can receive a phone call with one touch. It works perfectly. The sound quality is excellent. And talking about the sound quality of the headphones themselves, I just love it. Okay, now they are there on my head. They are bone conduction headphones. What happens is that the sound waves travel through your cheekbones to your inner ear. So inner ear, I'll get it right one day. And the sound quality is so good. But these have the safety feature that you can still talk to people, you can still hear people if you want, you can tune people in and out. And I mean, I'm a member of many running groups, and when you ask people which headphones do you use for outdoors, these are outdoor headphones really. Then, well, my main use is outdoors. Then basically, everybody says Aftershocks. There are various models. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll be taken to the Aftershocks page for this. and you can get further information. You can look at the specs, you can read the reviews, you can watch the video reviews, and if you're happy with your choice, you can then actually order. So you don't order on my page, you order on the normal product page. That's the way it works. Click the link in the carousel. You're not paying anything. You get the page in front of you, and from there you can actually order. Okay, so the headphones, I love them. I use them every single day when I go out walking, running, juggling, and jeffing. I will be at a park run tomorrow wearing them. Yeah, so everything in the carousel I actually use, and I have it somewhere in the room that's hiding behind this photo. Now, let me just come over here a second. If you don't know what a park run looks like, this is a park run behind me. This is our park run. This is Quakers Walk Park Run. What you have is 200 people running what effectively is a closed 5 kilometre, 3.1 mile circuit. Check it out, park run, one word, and Saturday 10 to 9. You can actually do one in San Francisco, and you can do one in New York. You can do them in, well, more and more places in the States, and 730 places in the UK at least. But I just want to go here again and say that if I go here and I go here, right, I actually live close to here being Stonehenge, and Angelica and I visit 4 or 5 times a year. It is a mystical place to the UK, and you're based in London, then you can get a coach bus from London straight to Stonehenge, and then it will take you to Salisbury Cathedral and Avebury, and you can do all that in one day. You can see 4,500 years of history behind me. You can learn how it was built. There is a museum which is hands-on, auditory and video, everything. There's a shop where you can buy your souvenirs, and even I've got 2 Stonehenge t-shirts. And there is a restaurant where you can have a bite to eat. The visitor centre, which resembles an airport, you can either get a bus from the visitor centre or you can walk. If you're walking, it's less than a mile. So it's less than a mile, and basically what you do is you walk uphill, and you can't see the stones when you're walking uphill, and then you get to the top, and from the top of the hill you can look down on the stones, and as you're going downhill you are getting closer and closer to the stones. You can't touch the stones apart from 2 days in the year, summer solstice and winter solstice, when people are allowed close to the stones, but you can walk around them. For free, you can walk around a big circle. If you pay, you can walk around a smaller circle. I quite like that. That worked. Okay. Right, you have been watching Stephen live from wonderful Wiltshire in England. If you're watching on LinkedIn, big thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, big thank you. But if you're watching on Amazon, well, everybody really, have a most wonderful weekend. I'll see you again next week. Take care, and don't forget Park Run. Goodbye for now. You've been watching Stephen and Barnaby.